Hello. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Yes, yes, yes. It's your girl, Jerry, a.k.a. the one that brings the energy to the room and show you how to turn your negatives into positives. Because there's always a way to get it done, and that is what I do. Yes, indeed. Thank y'all so much for joining me. You know what time it is. It is Saturday, July the 10th. Yes, indeed. It is 2:30. So y'all know it is time for another episode of Out the Box. Yes, indeed. And I must say that today is bittersweet. And as we get into this episode, I will give you more information. So, today's episode, those who have been following me, hello, thank you so much for watching. Those who have been following me, you know that the title is, I almost forgot my own title, Running on Empty. So, I know you're trying to figure out what in the world is she going to talk about today. Hey, Cindy, thank you so much for watching. So, what's the first thought that comes to mind when I say running on empty? Running on empty. Well, of course, when I first thought about it, I was thinking about, gas, gas for a car. But, whenever God gives me a message, it's more to it than that. It's more than my first thought. So let's get into the meat of the subject. Let's get into the meat of the subject of running on empty for today. And today is bittersweet. And I have a surprise, a couple of announcements coming as we get further into the episode. Running on empty. Running on empty does not always mean running out of something. It could also mean having too much on your plate that's weighing you down and hindering you from moving forward. There are times when you need to move stuff around, or you need to just take stuff off your plate completely in order to lighten the load. You can also be running on empty when it comes to your relationships. Of course, we all know during this past year, these past 15 months, during this crisis, a lot of our filling stations were closed, so to speak, or we couldn't get to them. Now, when I say filling stations, I'm talking about our friends. You never looked at it that way. Thank you, Cindy. God be spinning it for me. He always takes it in another different direction because I'm always looking at life through a different lens, and he always gives me something new and different to work with. So, when I think about a filling station, I'm talking about your friends, your family, your networking colleagues, and of course, we're talking about the church house. Those were the places where we went to get refueled, to get the energy that we needed to continue going on, to continue believing in ourselves, and continue to believe in the world at large. We went there for our pats on the back. We went to our friends in our church house for that confidence to move forward, for that attaboy, for you got this, you can do this. I got confidence in you. Those filling stations were closed. And sometimes in life, you may find that you have done something for 3 months and it may have looked like a failure to yourself and maybe to others. But it was really a stepping stone to something that would take you on a 3-year journey instead of a 3-month journey. And now you are sitting at your filling station of life because it's time to gas up for the next leg of the journey. You see, you're not really running on empty sometimes. You know how an airplane has more than one gas tank, and the pilot has to switch over sometimes to continue the flight? Well, our lives are like that also. That's the way our life is. We're not running on empty in all areas of our life at the same time. It's just that we no longer have the energy or the steam for this particular thing. And we need to know when it's time to change gears or to switch to the next tank of gas. Even electric cars will only go but so far before they have to stop at a charging station to get recharged. So let me share some things that are hard to do when you are running on empty. One of them is an example of this right here. In order for me to talk for 20 minutes, I need a little juice. Yeah. So one of the things that's hard to do when you're running on empty is hard to elevate. And elevate means, to move up, to go up the ladder, next level or whatever. We need a certain amount of creative juices flowing in order to move to the next level. So it's hard to elevate when you're running on empty. Even something as simple as putting your feet up after a rough day at work can be hard to do. Another thing that is hard to do when you're running on empty, it's hard to relax. I know. This should be so easy to do, especially when you've done everything you can do and you're running out of energy. It should be so hard, so easy for you to relax. But it's not. Because when your body or your brain is overworked, it is hard to simply shut it down. Thank you for my outfit. You love my outfit. Thank you so much. I love these earrings too. Oh, yes. So it's like when your body is overworked, it's hard to simply shut it down, or your brain is overworked. And I used to wonder why they always said, turn off all your devices before you get ready to go to bed. And some people don't even have TVs in their bedroom. I do, because I like to fall asleep watching TV. But there are times when I'm trying to sleep at night and my brain is in overdrive. It's still swirling from an episode of The Housewives. Yeah, I watched them. And sometimes it's hard to shut it down. So, the third thing that is hard to do when you're running on empty is to use good judgment. Now, this particular one is especially true when you have too many irons in the fire or too many voices in your head. It can be difficult to make a judgment call if you are weighing several options against each other. It's like one thing feeds into the other, and the decision that you make on this one is going to affect the decision that you make on the next one. So if you got too many irons in the fire and too many things swirling around, too many voices swirling around in your head, it's hard to use good judgment. I have learned that. So that's why y'all will see me switching gears, changing up and doing different things. Or sometimes you'll see me shut down and don't do nothing for a while because I don't want too many voices in my head. I need to just chill out and make sure I'm listening to one voice, and that's the voice of God. The last and final thing that is hard to do when you're running on empty, giving. It's hard to give when you're running on empty. And you know how people say you can't give what you don't have. You can't teach what you haven't learned. And it's like when you're on an airplane, when you think about the scenario back to the airplane, it's like they tell you, if anything goes wrong, make sure you put on your oxygen mask first, and then you help others. And that's the way it is in life. It is hard to breathe life to somebody else. It is hard to motivate somebody else. It's hard to inspire somebody else if you're in a down place yourself. It's hard to breathe life into somebody else when you are out of breath yourself. Amen to the voice of God. You're right. In closing, I want you to do this. I want you to take inventory of all areas of your life to see where you need to be recharged or refueled. As I think about my life and where I'm headed and how I want to continue to focus forward, here are a few things that I will be doing. Some of the things that I'm doing, I'm going to continue to do. Some of these are new things. Some of these I'm going to do a different way. Next week, I know this is so off the chain, but next week I am returning to the close cut hairstyle that I used to have. Yes, I made that decision. I decided 11 months ago, 10 months ago, it might have been 12 months, that I wanted to grow my hair. Well, you know what? It's growing, but it's growing fast in the front, and it's not growing as fast as I want it to grow on the very top. So, I'm tired of waiting. I have to make decisions that work for me. I'm tired of patting it down to make it all look nice and sweet when I go on camera. And I'm tired of all of this on the top. If I pull it up, y'all will see it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm tired of all of this right here blowing in the wind when I'm going down the road. So, I'm going back to my short haircut. I can't wait for my beautician to come back. She's in Mexico right now. She'll be back on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I am getting my hair cut. The other things that I'm going to do is, and like I said, today's Out the Box is bittersweet. And the reason it is bittersweet because this is the final episode of Out the Box. I honestly believe that Out the Box has served its purpose for a time such as this. I have been prayerful about it, and I've been before God, and He gave me the release to let it go. Because the world has opened back up, so to speak, and fewer people are sitting around on Saturdays waiting to watch a live video at 2:30. And even though it happens once a month. And I'm glad that the world is opening back up. Like I said, Out the Box has done what it needed to do for such a season as this. And it was what I used as my mechanism of staying in the presence of my followers, of my friends, and also getting out positive messages for people who found themselves at home with nowhere to go and looking for inspiration and motivation. And I firmly believe that I have done that for these 12 months. It has been 12 months. I started in August. And this goes back to what I said previously about having too much on your plate. Out the Box has taken my focus off of some new things that I want to do. It has taken my focus off of some things that I feel like God is calling me to do. And I find myself operating and making decisions around every second Saturday of the month. I don't want to do that no more. I want to be able to just do things. I want to be more spontaneous. I want to do things when I think of it, instead of having to plan for 30 days. Like I used to plan for 364 days for one conference. Now I no longer want to plan 30 days for one Out the Box every second Saturday. So I'm moving in a new direction. I'm adding some other stuff, some other elements to my speaking. And Out the Box is taking a back seat. So this leads me directly into my Grown and Sexy show. That is a new element that I am adding to Jerry Speak. This show is going to premiere on Saturday, August the 21st. And it will be my first live in-person event in 15 months. It will also be the kickoff and the launch of the Grown and Sexy One Woman Show. Although this event here in Charleston, South Carolina is going to have an opening act and a closing act by Shanita the Poet, someone who's going to do spoken word. Once this is over, there's no opening act or no closing act. It is the Grown and Sexy One Woman Show. It's just me. Wherever I show up, I am the act, okay? I mean, I can open for somebody and I can close for somebody, but it's the one woman show. So I am extremely excited. I am looking forward to where God is going to be taking me with this new element. It's not going to take the place of motivational speaking. I am going to continue to speak whenever I am requested to do so. But the main focus that I will be promoting from now on is the Grown and Sexy One Woman Show. Also, something else that I'm going to be doing. I've been playing around with online course. I've been playing around with ebooks. I have a couple of ebooks on Amazon, of course. I have them there and I have them on my website. But I'm getting ready to do an ebook for the online and an online course for Out the Box. Everything that I've said, all the words that I've spoken for 12 months, 11 of those months are going to go up into an ebook. Then I'm going to do an online course. And the online course is going to consist of 11 months of the videos. I have someone that's going to show me how to do that. So the online course is going to be all of the videos. So anybody who missed any of the episodes of Out the Box, they can get the actual video. If you want the typed version of the conversations that we had for 11 months, then you will get the ebook. In addition, I am doing an ebook for pivoting on purpose. Tips for navigating your new normal. That has become my signature speech during the COVID crisis, and I've spoken it on many shows, and on StreamYard, on Facebook Live. I've been on a radio show, and I am looking forward to making that into an ebook as well, for those who want something that they can refer to, and you don't have to worry about catching a video or anything like that. So, in true closing form, I really do want to thank all of my viewers who have taken this journey with me for the last 12 months, when I decided back in August that all I wanted to do was to give one speech, and that was the one that I had prepared for the annual Jerry Speak Conference, and COVID hit and I wasn't able to do that. What started as giving one speech has ended up being 12 months of Out the Box. I appreciate all my viewers, and I appreciate all my sponsors who have come along for this journey and supported me in keeping my sanity during this whole crisis situation. Things and people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, like I have said before. And Out the Box has served its purpose as a monthly event for 12 months. Hopefully it will continue to touch lives in its new format as well. And once again, I thank you so much for allowing me to come before you in this format, Out the Box. I am truly going to miss doing this every second Saturday of the month, but I know that God is opening new doors, and He is preparing me to go even higher. And I need to set aside some time to just listen to His voice and make the next move. Thank you for watching. I will talk to you on my next video. It's your girl Jerry, aka the one that brings the energy to the room and show you how to turn your negatives into positives, because there's always a way to get it done, and that is what I do. Continue to have a blessed day. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye now.